Make it bang.
It's alive.
All right, guys. Hey, this your boy Stogie. Man, listen, I had to have a conversation with y'all today because I was talking to some friends about it last night, and we were talking about Florida and being a biker in South Florida specifically, okay? And I want to start this off by saying, oh, real quick, hey guys, this is my dog Senile. Y'all see Senile right here. Senile is my gnome that when I feel sick, like when I got the flu or I got a head cold, he's the one that my get well soon gnome, right? One of my salespeople got this for me when I was sick one time. But I love Senile because you never know what Senile might say. So I just want y'all to see him, and I love my gnomes, okay? I got a whole collection of them. I digress, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because we were talking about things that we hate about being a biker in South Florida. Now, I don't know if any other state can relate to this. I know my channel has a wide span of people across or international. I know a few people are international that they watch me from Europe. I definitely know it's people all over the country that watch me. So I just wanted to go into these specific things about the state of Florida that I hate. Now, I want to preface it by saying I love Florida. It's no place I'd rather be, specifically Miami, okay? Now, when I say Florida, you got to understand, anything north of South Florida is considered like Florida. This is how Floridians think, or people down here in Miami think, right? Miami is its own little entity down here. It's not like Orlando or Tampa or Jacksonville or Gainesville or anything like that. It's not anything like that. Miami is its own little thing. So I'm saying that to say the bikers that are down here in South Florida, they operate a little different. So the very first thing, number one thing, I should say number one, I'm gonna count them 5 down, okay? Number 5, riding your bike in the summertime in South Florida is the most brutal, it's the most brutal ride. Now, I know that there are other states that can relate, right? Maybe Texas, maybe Arizona, right? Maybe Southern Cali, right? Because I know I've ridden through those states in the summertime, and those states get like cooking hot, right? Arizona and Texas have more of that dry heat. South Florida has a humidity. Now, I'm gonna give you the equivalent of what riding in South Florida is like, okay? If you were to go get in your car in the morning time when your car is really hot, in the summertime, if you were to get in the car and you put on 3 pairs of jogging pants and you put on 3 hoodies and you got on long johns with the heated gear, with the bubble goose jacket on, with a blanket wrapped around you, and that is what the equivalent of the humidity is. It is energy draining heat. This humidity. So riding in the summertime, man, in South Florida, I'm telling you, and that perfectly segue into number 4, okay? If you ride down to the Keys, that same humidity is caught because it's only one way in and one way out. So all of the law enforcements down there are connected through the individual cities. So you cannot speed down there. And the speed limit is only 55 miles an hour. So not only it is the longest 150-mile stretch that you will ever do in your entire life, because you can only go 55 miles an hour, and that heat is kicking like kung fu, like ting, ting. Like, y'all remember Hong Kong Phooey? That's what this heat is kicking like. I used to love cartoons back in the day. But Hong Kong Phooey was my man. Like on Martin, if y'all watch the channel, you know I do the Martin videos. You remember Dragonfly Jones? That's what this heat is kicking like. I'm trying to tell you. Now, speeding through the Florida Keys is number 4, because if you go down there and you get caught speeding, man, everything better be legit. Your tag better be right. It better be the day that your registration, your VIN number better match your bike. Not to say that you don't, or that it won't, but you cannot go down there and get messed up. Do not drink and get drunk down there, because they will put you in jail, right? They have all types of speed checkpoints. They radio each other from Key Largo down to Marathon, down to Almirada. They always, man, I'm telling you, the riding down there is beautiful, guys. So don't get it twisted. It's one of the most scenic spots. If you've never been to the Florida Keys and you live somewhere else in the country, it is a bucket list ride. 7 Mile Bridge, I'm going to do a piece on that, but I just had to give y'all, these are my top 5 things that I hate about riding in Florida, okay? Number three is the fog in Orlando, okay? If you've ever been through Orlando in the morning time, the fog out there is, when I tell you it is super thick, guys, man, it's almost like some type of movie type shit. Like it's almost like the fog, you cannot see in front of you. It's almost like sometimes you have to just pull over. Or you know what I do, right? Because I don't really stop. I get behind a car and just follow the tail light and just pray. You cannot see 2-3 cars ahead of you when that fog is thick in Orlando in the morning time. Now, you would say, why would you be riding in Orlando in the morning time if you live in South Florida? Well, that leads to number 4, or the second, number 2 reason I hate riding in South Florida. When you are going out of state, if you don't leave, being from South Florida, Miami, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, specifically Miami and the Keys. Anybody who's riding out of like Homestead, Florida, Key Largo, Marathon, Key West, anywhere like that, the trip to get out of Florida, if you're going like 95 straight up to like Jacksonville, man, that's a brutal ride. And you have to go through that Orlando area, I-4, and it's always seemed like that patch of fog is there around 5 or 6 in the morning. Between 4 and 6, right before that sun come up, man, that fog is something savage. It's nothing to play with, right? It's nothing to play with. And so when you crossing state lines, this is the number 2 reason. When you crossing state lines, it takes you at least 8 hours. So if you don't leave early enough in the morning where you're going to catch the fog, which was the number 3 thing, you will be in traffic all day. 8-hour ride to Jacksonville from Miami. Obviously, this is with traffic, right? So Jacksonville is probably only maybe 400 miles, 300 miles from Miami. But the ride is longer because of the traffic, right? You can literally get there with no traffic in maybe 6 hours, maybe 5-6 hours, right? But if it's traffic, man, it's at least an 8-hour ride. And there's always traffic in Florida, right? I don't care if you're on 95, the Turnpike, 75, I-10, it don't matter. It's always traffic. Now, when you're going from Miami and you heading out west, when you heading out west, you have to get on that I-10, okay? And from Miami to Pensacola is at least a 12-hour ride. So the ride to get in and out of your state, just to go anywhere, man, I'm telling you, it's mentally challenging, guys. If you've never done it, if you've done it, the first time is cool. Second time, yeah, you excited. But once you start like putting some serious miles on your bike, man, I'm telling you, that ride is like one of the worst rides to come through. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys like the last number 1 thing I hate about riding through Florida is you have to pay tolls to go everywhere. Oh my God, man, my toll bill is savage. Like, I think the state of Florida, you don't pay any state tax here, okay? So because we don't pay any state tax, if you ride your motorcycle a lot up and down this road, and from Miami to Orlando, is at least a $20 toll bill. So it takes you $40 to go out to Orlando and back if you're on the Turnpike. Now, some people would say, yeah, Stogie, take the scenic route. You're not a real rider, take the scenic route. Well, I promise you, because it takes you 8 hours, 10, 12 hours to get to Pensacola, 5, 6, 7 hours to get to Jacksonville, I promise you that you ready to come straight home. Okay, so you get that toll bill, or for y'all that's traveling in Florida, you are gonna pay a toll. They're gonna toll by plate it to you. They're gonna send it to you, and tolls are everywhere from Orlando on down. So these are my 5 things that I hate about riding motorcycles in South Florida. 5, them riding in the summertime. Number 4, speeding in the Keys, right? Number 3, the fog in Orlando is so real. Number 2 thing that I hate is that when you cross state lines, man, you got to do at least 8 hours, right? The ride to get out of state or to come back home from wherever you visiting is brutal, especially down here in the South Florida area. And the number 1 thing I hate about riding in Florida is the tolls that you have to pay to get in and out of this state. Right? In and out of the state, in and out of the area, the HOV lane. If you want to ride and be smooth ride, then you're going to pay to ride that smooth ride. That traffic side is brutal. And sometimes it's worth that little 50 cent or that little dollar in order to ride where the traffic is smooth, okay? All right, guys. Hey, man, listen, I appreciate y'all watching the channel, man. Subscribe, comment, like, man, say what's up to my man C-Dow right here. Once again, this is one of my favorite gnomes. He is my get well gnome. So if I feel a little drowsy, man, I had to introduce y'all to C-Dow, okay? This is my dog right here. Yes, sir. Hey, what up, though? Hey, man, appreciate y'all. If y'all have any other things that y'all hate about riding in Florida, drop the comment, like the channel, subscribe to the show. Appreciate y'all. What up, though? Have a happy Harley day.